The FTX saga doesn't stop. Politicians are dirty. Wow. Epic news coming out, and we can't find it anywhere on major medias? Of course not. CoinDesk, thank you for being very, very open and brave. We're going to go over that article as well as what is Russia and Iran doing? They're not using the dollar. And what does that have to do with crypto? We're also going over Barry Silbert. Yeah, you know him as the guy who's going to tumble down the next phase of crypto. Next on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone. My name is Troy. And every day we go over, well, Monday through Friday, we go over the latest news in the digital asset and NFTs. Wow, what an action-packed day we have in this video. Let's go. Before we jump into it, hit that subscribe button. Boom, boom, boom. And also check us out on our other social media platforms, TikTok as well as Instagram. We are growing those crazy at the moment. And now we have some of the biggest news I've ever reported on. Let's jump into it. If you Google search this, I couldn't find it anywhere but one outlet. It was CoinDesk. It says Congress, FTX problems. 1 in 3 members got cash from the crypto exchange bosses. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This wasn't reported until now. This is crazy news. It says the session began with 196 U.S. lawmakers who took direct contributions from Sam Bankman-Fried and other former FTX executives, and many of them are still trying to get rid of it. They're selling it. They have a list. CoinDesk has a list of every single senator and House of Representatives who took it, and they have tried to contact them, and almost every single one of them has not responded back. This needs an investigation. The problem is that Chuck Schumer is all up in this. We know crazy Nancy Pelosi absolutely is. There's no question about that. How can you walk into Congress and be worth $1 million to $2 million and then walk out and retire and be worth 100-something million? Oh, there it is. Who's that? What's that?
Chuck Schumer, right on the list.
Chucky Schumer.
Right on the list, right?
You know, head of the Senate, right?
Yep.
Head of the Senate. But guess who else is on there? You got it. Kevin McCarthy, head of the House of...
Nancy Pelosi right there.
There's Nancy. Yeah, does it say she responded to the inquiry?
No.
She didn't respond. Obviously, she's worth $150 million. How do you make $150 million in 6 to 8 years? A lot going on here, guys. This is a bombshell that's going off right now. Kevin McCarthy, do the right thing. Come up and figure it out. Get a committee today on this. You need to figure this out. Unless you're just as dirty as everybody else. We know Chuck Schumer isn't going to do anything. He's there. He's there counting every single IRS agent he continues to hire. He's going to make sure that it's turned down. So, with that being said, this is disgusting. Everyone out there should be disgusted. We're going to post this everywhere. Who is that?
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney's on there. We know Mitt Romney's on there. Yeah, pay to play, Mitt. Come on, brother. Let's go on. It just continues to get worse for the U.S. dollar and our U.S. Damn, if this picks up, this is a gentleman who is coming up and saying, well, we know, I don't want to hack his name. Zerodha, Nikhil, Kamath predicts new economic order with Iran, Russia, gold-backed stablecoin. This just happened, guys. They're talking about having a stablecoin, not in the U.S. dollar. Forget Tether, forget USDC. Let's be very, very frank about this conversation. If you're transacting in those and we're seeing the dollar get weaker and weaker, why would the BRICS nation ever want to transact in cryptocurrencies, stable coins that are backed by US dollars? The new CBDCs across the world, we're seeing it stocked up in China and in Russia, that they want to use a gold-backed system. Gold is being accumulated like no other. We're going to see the price continues to go up, and the new digital currency, they want it backed by gold. This is something that we're seeing happen before our eyes. If you want to be naive and not see it, but now we're talking about Iran and Russia using a gold-backed stable coin. Now, a stable coin means that it's stable price. Gold is not a stable price unless somewhere down the road in a recent future, we're going to see this happen. We're going to see maybe it jump to 3,000, maybe jump to 4,000. This is not financial advice. This is predictions, because I continue to see huge economists out there, world economists, not just the bozos that keep reporting how great our economy is and we're not in a recession in the United States. I'm talking about Ray Dalio. I'm talking about, the best of the best. They're talking 3,000 to 5,000. Gold's going to hit that. Rich dad, poor dad. Robert Kiyosaki. He's saying he's stocking tons of it outside the U.S. Guys, this is another bombshell that's going off. If you can't see the signs, it is very, very obvious that it's slapping you. And the U.S. media doesn't carry their narrative because it doesn't carry the White House narrative. Next, Barry Silbert. We know DCG Group. We know Bitcoin Trust. We also Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. We also know Genesis. He knows he's done. He's cooked. He's fried. The SEC is going after him. The Treasury is going after him. The Justice Department's going after him. He has Gemini clients' money from their exchange on his Genesis. He continued to take money out of Genesis and move it over to the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. He's going down, guys. It's a matter of timing here. It's a matter of time, period. Now, a lot of people out there, influencers, said, oh, look at all the bad news coming out, and the crypto market keeps pumping. It's pumping because he hasn't gone all the way and said, hey, the house of cards is tumbling, and that somewhere in the near future, they're gonna have to start selling off some of that Bitcoin, or they're gonna have to rip apart what assets he has. We're gonna see that happen. Once we see it, we're gonna really know what assets are there sitting on the Genesis exchange, how much assets he has. We know that anyone that's delaying this is moving things around. It's happened over and over. So that's just a bad sign of what's to come. Anyone think that this crypto pump is not a bear market, it's not a bear trap, you guys are crazy. I believe it. This is what I feel. I think Bitcoin can go all the way up to 25. It went above its 200-day moving average. It actually punched through it, but it's now retesting back to it. We're going to see if it will continue. But I think that all the bad news that's happening in the world, including Goldman Sachs coming out and saying their worst quarter they've had in 15 years. A Swiss bank said they lost more money in 2022 than they ever lost in any year of their 130 years. They lost 147 billion. Guys, layoffs are everywhere, but you still know that I believe the manipulation of the crypto market is happening right now, trying to get all these retail back FOMOing in, getting influencers to back them through this, just to dump on them in the next 60, 90, 120 days. All right, let's go to the next one. A crypto influencer, guess what happened to him? Take your own advice. Put your shit on cold wallets. How many times can we tell you this? Why would anyone listen to a guy who turned around and had it on his computer and then gets all his stuff drained? Well, his name is, a guy that I actually think is a really thought he was a good guy, NFT God. He came out and he said this January 14th, last night my entire digital livelihood was violated. Every account connected to me, both personally and professionally, was hacked and used to hurt others. Less importantly, I lost life-changing amount of money. They went to all 16,000 of his followers and went after their money as well, which we haven't heard how many people really got screwed out of that. Guys, why isn't your bags on You know, on cold wallets, my God, how many times do we have to say this? If you lose it, then you lost it because of yourself. He he went to the wrong website. He was fooled, went to the wrong website to download OBS, and it just caused all kind of malware on his is it laptop or computer, and it just ripped apart all his, you know, it made it easy to get into some of his wallets, you know, and it just got drained. We cannot say this over and over again. It doesn't make any sense. You have to put stuff on cold wallets. All right, guys. Yeah, go ahead and put it up. This is interesting for the New York Times, and this tells you, I'm going to say, quote unquote, possible censorship. CoinDesk broke big news about FTX. Now the news is closer to home. The parent company of CoinDesk, one of the first news sites focused on the industry, faces questions about operations and financial health. That's pretty funny. That came out today from the New York Times. They don't want to tell you that a third of the senators took money and cash from SPX. They're attacking CoinDesk. Why are they attacking CoinDesk? Why not give the real news? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Is really the truth on Twitter Spaces? Is that really where the real news is at? Are we finding a generation that's going to keep pushing that narrative? Are we going to keep reading the toilet paper newspapers out there going after their own agenda? We had to screenshot this before they dumped this and they attacked CoinDesk. When CoinDesk came out with, you know, a third of all congressmen and House representatives, and every single name is right here. And if they responded to their inquiries, guys, the trash hopefully will get taken out. You guys have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to see if news media outlets actually report on this, or they're just going to shove it under the proverbial carpet or rug and not want to put this out, because this is definitely something that needs to be addressed in Washington, D.C. Guys, you take care. I will see you tomorrow.